Hi, my name is Robert Shelley with Shelley Law, and my law firm assists dental associates with employment contract and independent contractor agreement issues and review. So today I'm going to talk about non-solicitation agreements in a dental associate contract. So a non-solicitation agreement is what's called a restrictive covenant, and essentially it stops a dental associate from doing something either during the term, or kind of the main point of it is to prohibit the dental associate from doing something after the contract terminates. In this case, a non-solicitation agreement in general stops the dental associate from actively soliciting employees, patients, or generally business associates of the employer. Now, three things to think about when you have a non-solicit in your agreement. One is the length of time. The main restrictive covenants in any kind of employment contract or independent contractor agreement are the non-compete and the non-solicit. Generally, they are the same length of time, somewhere between 1 to 2 years. Obviously, you would want less than 2 years. I always try to aim for 1 year for both. I think 1 year is considered generally reasonable and enforceable. 2 years pushing it, but 1 year would be the ideal length. So you certainly don't want anything above 2 years, but 1 year would be what I would ask for if it's more than that. The second consideration is in regard to employees. And so the whole point of this would be, let's say a dental associate is working for a practice, they decide it's time to move out on their own. What the employer doesn't want is for the dental associate to move and then raid all of the employees of the practice. So the hygienist, assistants, front office staff, that type of thing, other dentists potentially. And so there's kind of two ways the non-solicit can be worded. One would just say they can't actively solicit somebody. So meaning they can't reach out to any of those people who are employees of the dental office to ask them if they want to, kind of come with them. A smart attorney would also include you can't hire them. So it doesn't even matter if you would solicit them or not. It would say you simply are prohibited from being the employer of anyone who is employed, with the dental office. Usually it's like a 12-month look back, meaning anyone who's been employed in the last 12 months with the practice. Obviously, if you are thinking of doing that as a dental associate, you want to remove the word hire and just have solicit. So if somebody actively pursues the job and you had nothing to do to initiate the contact, then that would not, violate a non-solicitation clause. The last thing to think about are business associates. So potentially other independent contractors, suppliers, of product. These are types of things that you would not want in the contract either if you were going to open up your own practice, because obviously there aren't a ton of supply. Well, I guess it depends where you are geographically, but you could be in a market where there just simply is only one or maybe two suppliers, and so if you're prohibited from contacting them, and this could be software vendors, actual, durable product, any kind of items for the office, that type of thing. Some of the non-solicitation agreements would essentially prohibit you from reaching out to them and using their services. So if you were going to start your own office, that's another thing that you would want to either change or make sure it's not in there, because it could effectively stop you or make it very difficult to open a practice. Once again, that's kind of geographically limited. I mean, if you're in a rural part of the country and there just aren't a lot of options, it could be a problem for you. So those are 3 things to think about in non-solicitation agreements for dental associates. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. Or you can contact us at the contact information listed below in the description. And I appreciate you watching the video. Thank you. Bye.